Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Online. As we all know, today will be our 10th session on trigonometry. If you haven't watched our previous sessions, go back and watch all our sessions, the links for which have been already given in the description below. In today's class, we'll be looking at problems on trigonometry from our previous year question papers. We'll be starting where we stopped in our last class. So let us look at the first question for the day. Initially, let us look at easier examples or easier questions. Then gradually let us increase the difficulty. What does it say? A tree is broken by the wind. If the top of the tree struck the ground at an angle of 30 degrees and at a distance of 30 meters from the root, then the height of the tree. They're asking us to find the height of the tree here. So how do we start the problem? As I told you in heights and distances, the first thing that we need to do is we need to represent the question in a form of a diagram here. So there was a tree. So let me consider this as my tree here. What happened was it broke due to a wind. Then it is touching the ground at angle of 30 degrees, meaning it is not completely broken, but it is broken to some extent. So how do I represent that? So let me take this. This is the ground here, ground level. So the tree is broken here. So I'll consider this point as A, this point as B. Now it is touching the ground at 30 meters. So I'll take this point C where the tree will touch the ground. So they're telling that it is making an angle of 30 degrees. So this angle here is 30 degrees. Now what are they telling? It is 30 meters from the root, meaning B to C here. This distance here is 30 meters. Now they're asking us to find the entire length of the tree. There was the tree here initially. The length is nothing but till here it is broken. So which is the unbroken part, which is proper? AB is the proper part. So I'll take this as A, this as B. Now which point is this? This is nothing but the broken part, that is C. So we need to find out the entire distance, meaning AB plus AC. The entire length of the tree is AB plus AC. So how do we find that? We know that we be using trigonometry. So this part, first let me find out AB. What is AB with respect to this 30 degrees that they have given us? AB is the opposite side. So I'll take it as opposite. Next, which is the distance that we know, which is the length that we know? We know the distance between the foot and the broken part, that is 30 meters, BC. So what is BC with respect to 30 degrees? It is nothing but my adjacent side. So it is opposite by, I'll take it as opposite by adjacent because I know the value of trigonometric ratios here. So what is opposite by adjacent? Opposite by adjacent gives me tan theta. So what is the value of theta here? The theta is 30 degrees in this case. So it is equal to tan 30 degrees. So what is the value of 30 degrees? Tan 30 degrees is 1 by root 3. So if it is 1 by root 3, that will be equal to opposite. We don't know what is opposite, so I'll take it as AB divided by adjacent. We know the value of adjacent, that is nothing but 30. So what will be the value of AB? AB will be equal to 30 going on to the other side, 30 by root 3. So AB will be equal to 30 divided by root 3. So how can I write my 30 as? 30 can also be written as 10 into 3. The whole divided by root 3. Now if I cancel root 3 and 3, what will be remaining? This will be root 3 will be remaining. So what will be my value of AB? AB will be equal to 10 root 3 meters. So we have found out AB here. So we've got the length of AB. Now what is required? We need to find out the length of AC as well. So now first, let us look at AC. What is AC with respect to 30 degrees here? AC is nothing but my hypotenuse. So which is the other side that we know? We know BC. BC is nothing but adjacent with respect to 30 degrees. So I have my next ratio here, that is adjacent by hypotenuse. What is adjacent by hypotenuse? That is cos theta. So here we know that theta is nothing but 30 degrees. So we have it as cos of 30 degree. What is cos 30 degree? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So we'll have root 3 by 2. That will be equal to adjacent side. Adjacent side here is 30 divided by hypotenuse. We don't know the value of hypotenuse. So that is AC. So now, if we cross multiply it and send it, what will be left out with? AC will be equal to 60 root 3. So AC to the other side, 2 to the other side, sorry, it is not 60 root 3, 60 divided by root 3. So now, what can I write my 60 as? 60 can also be written as 20 into 3. So I can write my AC as 20 into 3 divided by root 3. So now, root 3 and this will get cancelled, so I'll be left out with root 3. So what will be the value of AC? AC will be equal to 20 root 3. So now, what will be the total length of my tree here? It will be AB plus AC, that is 10 root 3. So AB plus AC, that is 10 root 3 plus 20 root 3. So finally, what we will be left out with? We will be left out with, so 10 plus 10 root 3 plus 20 root 3 will be 30 root 3, and this will be the total length of my tree. So length of my tree is 30 root 3. Do we have this in our options? Yes. Option B, 30 root 3 will be my final answer. Let us look at our next question here. What do they say? From a point P on a level ground, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower is 30 degrees. If the tower is 270 meters high, the distance of point P from the foot of a tower is. So there is one tower here. And they've given us the height of the tower. What is the height of the tower? Height of the tower is 270 meters. And they're telling that there is one point P on the ground. So let me consider this as my point P. From point P, the angle of elevation to the top of the tower. So this top of the tower, this is 30 degrees. So now if I consider the top of my tower as A, the bottom of my tower is B, and this point is already named as P here. Now they're asking what is the distance between the foot. Foot is B here. So B to P. So they're asking this distance. So once again, how do we find the distance? We know that, which is the side that we have already know. We know the opposite side here. Which is the side that we need to find out? We need to find the adjacent side. So we'll form a ratio from this. What is it? Opposite by adjacent. What is opposite by adjacent? It is nothing but tan theta. Here once again, we know that the value of theta here is 30 degrees. So it will be tan 30 degree. What is tan 30 degree? We all know that tan 30 degrees is 1 by root 3. So that is equal to opposite by adjacent. Opposite side here is 270 meters. That is 270 divided by, which is my adjacent side. Adjacent side is the side that we need to find out. So I'll be taking it as BP. So what will be the value of BP if I cross multiply? If I cross multiply, I'll be getting BP will be as 270 into root 3. What is this 270 into root 3? It is the distance between the foot of the tower to the point P. Do we have that in our options? Yes. Option C, 270 root 3 will be our final answer. Now you people might have got confused. There is no option of 270 root 3. But we all know that the value of root 3 is 1.73. So whenever you don't have this option, so you need to substitute the value of root 3. What is root 3? 270 into 1.73. So what will be the value that we get if we multiply 270 and 1.73? It is nothing but my option C, that is 467.65. 467.65, and this will be my final answer. Let's move on to the next question here. What does it say? A straight tree breaks due to a storm and broken part bends so that the top of the tree touches the ground, making an angle of 30 degrees with the ground. It is very similar to the first question that we solved today. So quickly let me draw a diagram. Let me convert the question into a diagram. So there's a tree here. It is broken at this point. So I'll consider this point as A, and I'll consider the root or the tree that is touching the ground as B. Now the broken part also touches the ground. This point as C. They're telling that the broken part makes an angle of 30 degrees with the ground. So what else they are telling? They're telling that where the top touches the ground is 10 meters. This distance here, B to C, root to the point where it touches the ground is 10 meters. Look at the diagram as well. It is very similar to the first question. We have 10 meters here, there we had 30 meters. That's the only difference. So let us quickly solve the problem. What does it say? We need to find the total height of the tree. So how do we find? We need to first find AB plus BC is the total height of the tree. So let's first find AB and then find BC. So for first AB, what is AB with respect to 30 degrees? It is opposite side. Which is the other value that we know? We know BC. So what is BC? BC is adjacent with respect to 30 degrees. So it is opposite by adjacent. So what is opposite by adjacent? It is tan theta. What is the value of theta here? Theta is 30 degrees. So I'll directly take tan 30 degrees, that is equal to opposite by adjacent. I don't know the value of opposite, so I'll take it as directly AB. Adjacent here is 10 meters. So what is value of tan 30? Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. And that is equal to AB by 10 meters. So now what will be the value of AB? AB, 10 will go cross, if we cross multiply, 10 will go on to the other side. So AB will be equal to 10 divided by root 3 meters. So this will be the value of my AB here. Now what do I need to find out? I need to find out BC. So how do I find out BC? What is BC with respect to, AB plus AC. It is AC and not BC. So what is AC with respect to 30 degrees? It is hypotenuse. So which is the other value we know? We know the adjacent. So what is adjacent by hypotenuse? Adjacent by hypotenuse is nothing but cos theta. The value of theta here is 30 degrees. So I'll directly write it as cos 30 will be equal to adjacent, that is 10 meters, divided by hypotenuse, that is AC. So what is the value of cos 30 degrees? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2, and that is equal to 10 by AC. So what will be the value of AC? AC, if we cross multiply, we will get AC as 10 into 2, that is 20 divided by root 3. 20 divided by root 3. Now what is the total length of the tree? AB plus AC. So AB is 10 root 3. AB plus AC. That is equal to 10 by root 3 plus 20 by root 3. That is equal to 30 by root 3. So do we have this in our options? No. So what do I need to do? How can I write my 30 as? I can write my 30 as 10 into 3 divided by root 3. Now if I cancel these out, what will I be left out with? I'll be left out with 10 root 3. So do we have that in our options? Yes. Option A, 10 root 3 will be my final answer. So the total length of my tree here will be 10 root 3 meters. So let's move on to the next question here. What does it say? A tower stands on the top of a building which is 40 meter high. So let me quickly represent the question in the form of a diagram. So there is a building. This building here is 40 meters high. So this is 40 meters tall. Then what they are telling? Oh, there is a tower on top of this building. So there is another tower that is on top of this building. So the angle of depression of a point situated on the ground from the top to bottom of the tower were found to be 60 and 45 degrees. So there is one point here. So I'll consider this point as A, this point as B, this point as C. So now they're telling that to this point, the angle of depression from the top of the tower and from the bottom of the tower are 60 and 45 degrees respectively. So now, how do we consider the angle of depression here? We all know we need to have what? We need to have a horizontal. So the angle made between the horizontal and the line of sight is called as angle of depression. So this angle here is 45 degrees. And this angle, you should draw horizontal here, and this angle here is 60 degree. If these two are 60 and 45, what will these be? this top entire angle here will be how much? It will be 60 degrees. Why is it? Because they are alternate angles. So in geometry, alternate angles are equal. So this entire angle here is 60 degree. Now what they're telling? Okay, there is another alternate angle here. What is that? This angle will be equal to the angle in this smaller triangle here. So it will be 45 degrees. So I'll take this point as D here. Now what do we need to find out? We need to find the height of the tower. So we don't know the height of the tower. So how do we solve the problem? First let us take the triangle where we know the values. We know 40 degrees here. 40 meters here. We know that it is making an angle of 45 degrees. So in triangle, first let me take this first triangle. In triangle ABD, we know the height, or what is it? Opposite side with respect to 45 degree. So we know opposite side. What do we need to find out? Let us first find out the base here, or the distance between the bottom of the building to the point where it makes the angle of depression. So opposite by, what is it with respect to 45 degrees? It is my adjacent side. So opposite by adjacent. As we have already seen in this chapter, we mainly use tan theta. What is opposite by adjacent? Tan theta. So what is the value of theta here? Theta is 45. So it will be tan 45. So what is tan 45? We all know tan 45 is 1. And that will be equal to opposite, that is 40 divided by adjacent. We don't know the adjacent, so I'll take it as AD. So what will be the value of AD? AD will also be equal to 40 meters. So my AD is also 40 meters. Next, what do? I take the consider the entire triangle here, because I know the value of AD. So in this triangle, ACD. What do I need to find out? I need to find out AC. So what is AC? AC is AB plus BC. AB plus BC. So what is AC with respect to 60 degrees? AC is nothing but opposite side. So opposite side divided by, which is the other value that we know. We know the value of AD that we have found out to be 40 degrees. So it is adjacent. What is opposite by adjacent? Tan theta. What is the value of theta here? Theta is 60 degrees. So what is tan 60? Tan 60 is root 3. And that will be equal to opposite, that is AC, divided by adjacent, that is 40. So what will be the value of AC? AC will be equal to 40 root 3 meters. So we know AC is 40 root 3 meters. Now what do we need to find out? What is the height of the tower? What is the tower here? Tower here is B to C. So what is BC? BC can also be written as AC minus AB. So the value or height of the tower BC will be equal to AC minus AB. What is AC minus AB? 40 root 3 minus AB. What is the value of AB? They've already given AB to be as 40. So now if I take the common out, what will I be left out with? 40 into root 3 minus 1, and this will be my final answer. So do we have that in our options? Yes. Option C, 40 root 3 minus 1 will be my final answer. So let's move on to the next question here. What does it say? A vertical tower stands on a horizontal plane. So there is an horizontal plane here. On top of that, there is a vertical tower. It is surmounted by a vertical flag shaft. So it is very similar to my previous problem. So there is one point. I'll consider this point as A, this point as B here. So there is a flag pole here. What do you mean by surmounted? It is meaning it is mounted one upon the other. So this is nothing but I'll consider this point as C. So next, what they're telling, at the point on a plane, so there is one point on a plane here, to which angle of elevation of the bottom of the flag is alpha. So bottom of the flag, which is my flag here? AC is the flag. So bottom of the flag, they have given this value to be as alpha. And that of the top of the flag staff is beta. So next, the entire angle here, this angle here, this entire angle, so I'll be taking it here, this entire angle is beta. Now what do we need to find out? We need to find the height of the tower. So what is the height of the tower? AB. We need to find the height of the tower. They have told that the height of the flagstaff is h. This height here is h. So we need to find AB. It is very similar to the previous problem where we need to find out the height of the tower here, that given the height of the building. Now it is a little vice versa. So how do we solve this problem? Once again, we need to find out AB. So what is AB? AB is nothing but CB minus AC. So we need to find this value. So how do we do that? First, let us take up a triangle where we know some values. So which is the triangle? We know H here. So I'll first consider, this point as D. So first I'll consider triangle, in triangle BDC. What are the values that we know? So we don't know AB. So I'll be taking it as AB only. So what is this side CB with respect to angle beta here? Since I'm taking the entire triangle, I should be taking the angle of beta. What is CB with respect to beta? It is my opposite side. So opposite side divided by, what is the common for both the triangle? The common for both the triangle is BD. So that is nothing but adjacent with respect to angle beta. So opposite by adjacent will be equal to tan theta. So what is the value of theta here? Theta is nothing but beta. So I have to take tan of beta. So tan beta will be equal to what? Opposite by adjacent. Opposite is H plus AB. H plus AB divided by adjacent. What is the adjacent here? BD. So now, since BD is common to both of that, first I'll calculate the value for BD. So what will be BD? If I cross multiply, I'll get BD will be BD as BD equal to H plus AB divided by tan beta. Tan beta. And I'll consider this as my first equation. Next, what do I need to do? I'll take the triangle, smaller triangle, that is ABD. In triangle ABD, what do I need to find out? I need to find the value of AB. So what is AB with respect to alpha? Opposite side. Again, what is BD with respect to alpha? It is adjacent side. So it is tan theta. So value of theta here is alpha. So I'll be having tan of alpha. What do I need to find out? Adjacent side. So what is opposite? Opposite is AB divided by adjacent is BD. And that will be equal to tan alpha. So we know the common side, that is BD. So I'll calculate BD. What will be BD equal to? BD will be equal to, if I cross multiply, I'll be getting AB divided by tan alpha. And this one, I'll consider this as my equation 2. Look at my equation 1 and 2. I have same left hand side. Both the left hand side are same. So I'll equate equation 1 and 2. Right hand sides I'll be equating it. So what do I get? I get AB divided by tan alpha. That will be equal to H plus AB divided by tan beta. Now what are they asking? They're asking us to find the height of the tower. What is the height of the tower here? It's AB. So I need to separate AB here. How do I do that? First let me cross multiply. So what do I get? AB into tan beta will be equal to H tan alpha plus AB into tan alpha. AB into tan alpha. This is tan alpha here. So if I take AB to one side, what do I get? AB into tan beta. This coming to the other side, it will be minus AB into tan alpha. That will be equal to H tan alpha. Now what I can do, I can take AB common. So if I take AB common, what will I be left out with? Tan beta minus tan alpha. And that will be equal to H tan alpha. Now what will be the value of AB? AB will be equal to h tan alpha divided by tan beta minus tan alpha. And what is this AB? AB is nothing but the length of my tower. So do we have that in our options? Yes, option C, h tan alpha divided by tan beta minus tan alpha will be my final answer. So let's move on to the next question here. What does it say? A pilot in an aeroplane at an altitude of 200 meter. What do we mean by altitude of 200 meter? It means the height is 200 meter. So let me quickly represent it in the form of a diagram. So this height here is 200 meters. So I'll take this point as A and the bottom point as B. So then is observing 2 points lying on either side of the river. The angle of depression of both the 2 points is 45 and 60 respectively, meaning there is one river that is flowing. So there are 2 points on either side of the river. I'll consider those 2 points as here. So one point I'll consider it as C and the other point is D. The angle of depression, they're talking about the angle of depression here. So from this point I'll draw an horizontal. So what is angle of depression? Angle of depression is the angle made between horizontal and the line of sight. So this angle here, I'll consider it as 45 degrees. So if this is 45 degree, which is the other angle that will be 45 degrees? That is adjacent angles. So that is nothing but this angle, sorry, alternate angles. This will also be 45 degree. Similarly, from D, the other depression, angle of depression here is 60 degree. So this angle is 60 degree. So this will also be equal to 60 degree. Now they're asking us to find the length of the river, meaning we need to find DC. We know that altitude is 200 meters. So AB is 200 meters. So now how do we solve? Let us take up 2 different triangles here. The first one is ABC. In triangle ABC, so what do we know? We know the opposite side. As I told you, in heights and distances, the most of the cases will be getting tan theta. So we'll directly take tan 45. That will be equal to opposite, that is AB, and value of AB is 200 meters divided by adjacent. What is adjacent? Adjacent here is BC, and we don't know the value of BC. So what is tan 45? Tan 45 is 1. So if I cross multiply this, what do I get? Into BC. That will be equal to 200 meters. So value of BC here is 200 meters. So now what do we need to find out? We need to find out DB. So if we find out BD or DB, we'll be getting the entire length of the river. So to find out DB, what do I need to consider? I need to consider triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, what do we know? We know the altitude once again, that is nothing but opposite. What do we need to find out? Adjacent, that is nothing but tan theta. Here, value of theta here is 60 degrees. That is nothing but opposite, that is AB, which is nothing but 200 meters divided by adjacent, that is BD. What is the value of tan 60? Tan 60 is √3, and that will be equal to AB by BD. What is AB? AB is nothing but 200 meters divided by, we don't know the value of BD. So now if I cross multiply, what do I get my BD as? BD will be equal to 200 divided by √3 meters. So now what will be the length of my river? Length of my river is BD plus BC. BD plus BC, and that will be equal to 200 divided by √3 plus 200. So what do I get here? If I take common, can I take any common here? So now what I do is I cross multiply. If I take LCM here, what do I get? 200 plus 200 √3, the whole divided by √3. Now what can I do? I can take my 200 common. So if I take 200 common, what will I be left out with? 1 divided by √3 plus √3 by √3. √3 by √3 is nothing but 1. So I'll be getting my final answer as 200 into 1 plus √3, or 200 plus 200 by √3. Do we have that in our options? Yes. Option A, 200 plus 200 by root 3 will be my final answer. So let's move on to the next question here. What does it say? From a point on a bridge across a river, the angle of depressions of bank of the opposite sides of the river are 30 and 45 degrees respectively. If the bridge is height of 2.5 meters. Here we had a pilot he was watching. Now we have a bridge. That's the only difference that we have in the question. This is very similar to the previous question. So quickly, I'll take this point. This is the point on the bridge. I'll take it as A. And the bottom of the bridge or the surface of the river as B here. So what is telling? The angle of depressions to the bank on opposite sides of the river. So there is a river here. So there is opposite side. Similar to my previous condition. I'll take this as C and I'll take this as D. So they are telling that angle of depression are 45 and 30 degrees. So I'll consider this to be as 45 degrees. If this is 45 degrees, which is the alternate angle to that? It is angle ACB, and that will also be equal to 45 degrees. Similarly, here I'll take this angle ADB as 30 degree. So now what are they asking? They're again asking us to find the width of the river. So how do I find out? We need to find BD plus BC. So what is BD? To find BD, which triangle should we take? We need to take ABD. In triangle ABD, we know that we are getting tan theta here because we know the opposite side, that is 2.5 meters, because the height of the bridge is already been given. So opposite by adjacent is nothing but tan theta. The value of theta here is 30 degrees. So I'll directly take it as tan 30 degrees. That will be equal to opposite side, that is 2.5 meters divided by adjacent side, that is BD. So what is tan 30? 1 by root 3. So if I take that 1 by root 3 and BD cross multiply it, what do I get my BD as? BD will be equal to 2.5 into root 3. But in the question they've already told us to take root 3 as 1.732. So what will be the value of root 3? Root 3 will be 1.732. So BD will be equal to 2.5 into 1.732. So if we multiply 2.5 and 1.732, what do we get? We get 4.33. We get 4.33. So next, what do we need to find out? We need to find out the value of BC. So what is BC? Let us take the next triangle here, that is ABC. In triangle ABC, BC, so we'll be taking tan 45 directly. What is tan 45? 1. That will be equal to opposite, that is 2.5 divided by adjacent. Adjacent here is BC. So what will be the value of BC? BC will be equal to 2.5 meters. So now what are they asking? They're asking us the total width of the river. That is nothing but BD plus BC. So what will be BD plus BC? BD plus BC will be equal to 2.5 plus 4.33. So what do we get? 4 plus 2, 6. 6.3 plus 5 is 6.8. 6.83. Do we have that in our options? Yes. Option B, 6.83 will be my final answer. So let's move on to the next question here. What are they telling? A boy standing in the middle of a field observes a flying bird at north at an angle of 30 degrees. First, let me quickly represent it in the form of a diagram here. So there is a middle of the field. So there is a boy standing here. So I'll mark this point as B. Now what they're telling, he observes a flying bird in the north. So generally birds are in the sky. So I'll consider this to be my north. So he's observing at an angle of elevation of 30 degrees. So this is angle of elevation and that will be 30 degrees. And then after 2 minutes, he observes that the same bird is in south. So if this is north, I'll take the opposite, exact opposite as south here. So this will be my south. So he's observing the same bird at 60 degrees. Angle of elevation at 60 degrees. So this will be 60 degrees here. Then if it's observed, if the bird flies all along the straight line with the height of 50 root 3 meters. So they're telling that this height here. Or I can also take this side or this side. All those will be same because it is flying in the straight line. So what is the value that they have given here? They have given here as 50 root 3. This will also be 50 root 3. Now what they're asking? They're asking us to find the speed of the bird. Now there's a little twist here. So let us start from the question that they've asked. What do we need to find out? We need to find out the speed. So what is speed? What is the formula for speed that we know? Speed is nothing but distance by time. What is the distance that the bird has traveled? It is north to south. So the distance here is ns. ns. So what is ns? The distance traveled. So this can also be taken as n. This can also be taken as ns because it is the straight line. So they are same. So how do we find out? Bs plus bn will be ns. ns will be equal to bn plus bs. So we need to find out the value of bn here and bs as well. So for that, first I'll consider the triangle bnn, or I'll take these points as n dash and s dash. So in triangle bnn dash, what is the value that we need to find out? We need to find out bn dash. So what do we know? We know n dash, that is equal to 50 root 3. What is n dash with respect to 30 degrees? It is opposite side. We need to find out adjacent side. So it is once again tan 30 degree. What is value of tan 30 degree? Tan 30 degree is nothing but 1 by root 3. And that will be equal to opposite. That is 50 root 3 divided by bn dash. So this is bn dash plus bs dash. So what will be the value of bn dash? Bn dash will be equal to 50 root 3 into root 3. Root 3 into root 3 will give me 3. 50 into 3 is nothing but 150 meters. So this bn dash, we have got it as 150 meters. What will be the value of bs dash? To find the value of bs dash, let us consider the triangle bss dash. bss dash. So in this triangle, opposite by adjacent once again, that is nothing but tan of 60 degree. Tan 60 degree. What is the value of tan 60 degree? Root 3. That will be equal to opposite by adjacent. What is my opposite side? 50 root 3. What is my adjacent side? B into s dash. What happens? Root 3 gets cancelled. So what will be the value of bs dash? Bs dash will be equal to 50 meters. So now, what is the speed? Speed is nothing but distance by time. So what is the distance here? 150 plus 50, because it is bn plus bs dash. So ns will be equal to 150 plus 50. That is nothing but 200 meters. So we have got the distance here. So we need to find out the speed. So how do we find out? Speed will be equal to distance, that is 200 meters divided by time taken. So what is the time that they have given? Bird takes 2 minutes to travel from N to S. So my time here will be 2 minutes. But they're asking the time in terms of kilometers per hour. So what do we need to do? We need to convert this meters into kilometers and this minutes into hours. How do we do that? How do we convert meters to kilometers? We divide by 1000. So what will be speed? Speed will be equal to 200 meters divided by 1000 will give me 200 kilometers into 1 divided by 2. That's nothing but we have 2 here. I can write 200 by 2 as 200 into 1 by 2. It's nothing but 1 and the same. So I have 1 by 2 here. So how do I convert minutes to hours? I have to divide it by 60. So now if I take this 60 to the numerator, it will be 60 by 2. So if I cancel this out, what do I get? 3 zeros, 1, 2 and 3 zeros. 2 ones, 2 1. So what will I be left out with? Speed will be equal to 6. Is it kilometer per hour or meter per second? It is kilometer per hour. So what will be my speed? Speed will be equal to 6 kilometer per hour. Meaning the bird travels at a speed of 6 kilometer per hour. So do we have that in our options? Yes. Option D, 6 kilometer per hour will be my final answer. So let's look at the last question for the day. What does it say? A tower is broken at a point P above the ground. So let me quickly represent it in the form of a diagram here. So the tower here is broken at a point P above the ground. So next, what they're telling, the top of the tower makes an angle of 60 degrees with the ground, meaning the tower has fallen down and it is making an angle of 60 degrees with the ground at a point Q. So this will be my point Q. Then what are they telling? From another point R on the opposite side of Q. So this is Q. So opposite side of Q. This will be my opposite side and this will be R. From this point, it makes an angle of elevation of 30 degree. So this angle here will be 30 degrees here. So if QR, they've given us the total length of QR. So they've told QR is 180 meters. And they've also told then what is the total height of the tower in meters. What do we mean by total height? So if I consider this point as S, what will be total height? PS plus PQ, because this is a part of the tower that is standing and this is the part of the tower that has fallen down. So if it is erect, the total size will be PS plus PQ. So how do we find the value of PS plus PQ? First, let me assume this value here, SQ. If I assume this value as X, what will be this value? The total length is 180 meters. This is X. So this will be 180 minus X. This will be 180 minus X. So first, let me consider this triangle here. Triangle PQS. If I consider the triangle, what do I get? In triangle PQS, what will I have to find out? PS is the common side for both. So first I'll find out the value of PS. So what will be PS? PS is nothing but opposite with respect to 60 degree. So this is nothing but opposite divided by adjacent. What is the value that we know? We have assumed it as X. So my adjacent is be X. That will be adjacent. What is opposite by adjacent? It is nothing but tan theta. So what is the value of theta here? 60 degrees. So this will be tan 60. What is tan 60 degree? Tan 60 degree is nothing but root 3. And that will be equal to PS divided by X. So what will be the value of PS? PS will be equal to X root 3 meters. So we have got the value of PS here. Now what do we need to do? Let us consider the triangle PSR. In triangle PSR, once again, we know the value of PS from our previous findings. So what is it? What is PS with respect to 30 degrees? It is opposite. What is the other value we know? We know the value of RS. What is RS? It is adjacent side. Opposite by adjacent. Once again, it is tan theta. So what is the value of theta here? Theta is 30 degrees. So tan 30 will be equal to opposite, that is PS divided by RS. RS is nothing but 180 minus X. 180 minus X. So what is the value of tan 30? Tan 30 is 1 divided by root 3. So 1 by root 3 will be equal to PS, that is X root 3 divided by 180 minus X. So if I cross multiply, what do I get? 180 minus X will be equal to X root 3 into root 3. What is root 3 into root 3? Root 3 into root 3 is 3. So 180 minus X will be equal to 3X. So if I take this X to the other side, what do I get? 4X will be equal to 180. So what will be the value of X? X will be equal to 180 by 4. That is nothing but 45 meters. So the value of X here is 45 meters. So if I substitute the value of X here, what do I get? I get my PS. Value of PS will be equal to 45 root 3 meters. So once again, now what do I need to find out? I need to find out the value of PQ. So what is PQ? From triangle PQS, what is PQ with respect to 60 degrees? It is nothing but my hypotenuse. So it is hypotenuse. What is the other value that I know? I know the value of X, and that is nothing but 45 meters. So it is adjacent by hypotenuse. What is adjacent by hypotenuse? It is cos theta. So what is the value of theta? Theta is 60 degrees. What is cos 60 degree? Cos 60 degrees is 1 by 2 and that is equal to adjacent, that is x divided by hypotenuse, that is PQ. PQ. So PQ will be equal to x, that is 45 into 2. PQ will be equal to 90 meters. Now they're asking us to find the total height of the tower, that is PQ plus PS. What is PQ plus PS? PQ plus PS will be equal to 45 root 3 plus 90. So now, can I take any common here? Yes. If I take 45 common, what do I get? PQ plus PS will be equal to 45 into root 3 plus 2. And do we have that in our options? Yes. Option D, 45 into root 3 plus 2 will be my final answer. So this will be the end of heights and distances. I hope I have covered all different types of problems that will be asked from heights and distances.